Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Ash.
And this is F1 Fanatics. So guys, welcome to our new studio of sorts.
Yeah, we can call it that.
Yeah, let's call it a studio, makes it sound more professional. Realistically, it is just the attic / playroom above Ashley's house, and we're kind of making the space our own, pretty much. So I hope you guys like the new setting, and until we figure out some chairs, all our videos will be done standing up, which probably doesn't make too much difference to you guys, but for us, we might get tired legs the amount of time we spend filming. But yes, guys, welcome back to another F1 Play video, which is where we predict on the app, which is the F1 Play app, completely free to play, trying to get 10 predictions out of 10 correct so that you can win tickets to, in this case, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And we have been successful on how many attempts, Ash?
0.
But we like trying.
Yes. I can't think. How did USA go for us?
I mean, I genuinely didn't look, I just assumed it was bad.
Yeah.
I looked in the ranks and knew my predictions were wrong, so I was then like, what's the point?
I think I might have got 2.
It's 2
Maybe
more than
1.
0. Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing we have got to say, we both changed our predictions.
We did. We bottled it.
Yes, it wasn't.
But our original predictions were also wrong, so
It doesn't matter.
yeah, essentially. But guys, we are here to do our F1 Play predictions. They should stay the same going into the race, but you never know with us. No, they are going to stay the same this week.
They will. No change in them.
Unless there is a major development in qualifying or something that kind of completely rules something out, because we still do want to win, as you guys would want to win as well, because you can change your predictions up until 10 minutes before the race starts.
Let's get started.
I think we should. That was enough of an intro, wasn't it?
So, we are going for our podium for Brazil, and I am going to go for the man who has just become another world champion, Lewis Hamilton, to win. I'm going to go for Max Verstappen to come second, and I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel to come third.
I am going to differ, but with the same drivers, just in a different order. I am going to go for the man who is continuing his charge, Valtteri Bottas. I feel he's high on confidence at the moment. He's going to be my number 1. Number 2 is going to be Lewis Hamilton. I am backing that Mercedes 1-2, and Max Verstappen coming in the 3rd position. So very similar, just mixing the 2 Mercedes up. I think Red Bull are strong, but obviously Max was in a very strong position to win last year after that incident that we'll get into in our preview later on, so make sure you check that video coming out later on in the day. But yes, I think the Red Bull car was a lot better than what it is this year. But that moves us on to fastest lap, which then means we usually go for something like Charles Leclerc, who did actually get the fastest lap last time. So yeah, token gesture, we're going to give Ferrari fastest lap, Charles Leclerc.
I am going for Charles Leclerc as well, mainly because fresh power unit and charging through, he's going to want to get the best result he can. So.
Exactly, already suffering a grid penalty.
Exactly.
He's not going to be competing for the top, so fastest lap makes him a very strong contender for this week.
Yeah. That moves us on to best of the rest, which this is the one where it got changed up and we have to try and remember who's in whose category. So I have got the McLarens of Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz. I've got the Renaults of Nico Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo. I've then also got the Force India, which isn't a Force India anymore. It's Racing Point. I'm allowed 1. That means Sergio Perez. We've got Pierre Gasly in the Toro Rosso and Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa. This one, there's only 2 drivers really that you can pick from, and I'm leaning to Daniel Ricciardo this time.
And I actually think there's 4 drivers you could pick from. I think I was talking with Stephen in the F1 Fantasy Weekly yesterday. Hülkenberg's strong at this track. So, and Renault could do quite well. Then obviously it's Carlos Sainz, but then Lando Norris was actually very strong at the US, and he hasn't raced at Brazil. He could have that same sort of form. going into the Brazilian Grand Prix. For me, I think the McLaren is still the better package. I'm going to back that man, Carlos Sainz, to be best of the rest.
Over to you.
That is over to me. Look, dramatic pause. No, I just forgot that the next one is me. Rest of the rest, which literally is, as it says on the tin, the rest of the drivers on the grid. So that is the 2 Williams of Robert Kubica and George Russell, the 2 Haas of Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat in the Toro Rosso, Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo, and Lance Stroll in the Racing Point. And we keep saying it, we kind of feel, well, I'd say we keep saying it. Last time we said, we kind of feel this one is between 2 drivers, and that's Daniel Kvyat and Lance Stroll, as the Alfas and Haas and Williams are just nowhere in terms of development now. And I am actually going to back Daniel Kvyat this week. I think the Toro Rosso will actually be stronger than the Racing Point.
And I'm going for the Racing Point, Lance Stroll. I feel he's going to have a good weekend.
I feel like we did exactly the same last time out.
Potentially.
And I was right.
I did go for Carlos Sainz for best of the rest.
No, I mean, we went
this one.
The rest of the rest. I
Rest of
think
the rest, probably.
Yeah.
I think so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And after rest of the rest, what does that move us on to, actually?
It is first to retire. So, I'm going to go for Roman Grosjean.
Oh, you stole it.
I've gone back to it.
I had a feeling, just because we've had a lot of the big boys retiring, and first up we've had Vettel, we've had Verstappen, haven't we, retiring first up. Because the minnow teams are... I'm going to be harsh to him. On the announcement of Antonio Giovinazzi being reaffirmed as Alfa Romeo's driver for next year in 2020, he is going to celebrate that with a DNF, and he will be the first one. It's a bit mean.
It is a little bit mean.
I think we did it to Grosjean when he got announced in Singapore. We weren't far off. But yes, there is first to retire, which then moves us on to classified finishers. And obviously we've both gone for a retirement, so we're both not going for 20. Brazil's an interesting one. It is a tricky and technical circuit, so there is a lot of margin for driver errors, and the track limits, there's a lot of grass about. I'm going to go for 16. I feel 16. 4 retirements in the race.
Well, based on the fact that, if I'm correct, the last few seasons have always been some form of mixed conditions, be it a greasy track that's not quite ready for wets or inters, I think there could be potential for a bit of carnage. I'm going 15 again.
We've both gone for several retirements,
Yes.
So potentially very exciting if you listen to me and Ash there, and if we get it right. So that moves us on to... So that was classified finishes. That moves us on to you, safety car.
Safety car.
There we go.
Completely forgot that one.
Look, we're so used to the kind of back-to-back race weekends where it's just second nature. It's a week off, and we're like, what are we doing?
Well, you say a week off. I've had a week off. You haven't.
Yeah, very true.
Nah. Sometimes work gets in the way. We've got to remember this. So, safety car. Get back on track. 15 finishers. Yes. I don't think you can...
Yes, safety car.
Yeah.
16 finishes, yes, safety car. That one's quick then, which leads us to our final one to round off this video nicely, which is winning margin. You have 5 options to choose from, and that is between 0 to 2.5, 2.5 to 4.5, 4.5 to 7.5, 7.5 to 15, and then 15 seconds plus. I am anticipating it to be fairly close, but not like... 0 to 2.5. Very close.
7.5 to 15. Let's go for a big cap.
Yeah, let's. Bold. And that is us today. That is our F1 Play predictions. Hope you enjoyed the video as always, guys. And our predictions, remember, it is always free to play. I will leave the league code up that you can join in and you can see how you get on in your predictions versus us, which is always quite fun to kind of see how you do. Usually, I think people beat us, is the general trend.
They generally beat you, yes.
Alright, chuck me under a bus there. Fair enough. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, it's always a bit of fun, and who doesn't want to win free tickets to a Grand Prix? Why aren't you playing it if you're not already? But yeah, give us a thumbs up if you liked it.
Make sure to subscribe so that you're able to see our videos, and if you press the bell icon, you'll get a notification when one goes live, and it will be in your YouTube inbox, and you'll be able to see what we're predicting for the next race weekend.
And guys, don't forget you can comment down below with your predictions, even if you don't want to play the game. Silly people. Let us know what you think of our predictions, or maybe you just want to let us know what our predictions are. Anyway, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Yeah, that works. I was just going for the Western movie. But yes, that rounds it off, guys. You F1 fans, remember, keep racing.